We always find these moments that are like super dope, and I'm like, man, how do we sustain that? And it's constantly through collaboration. And when we had like this live event as part of my living room, I'm like, all right, I need this to live forever because started with local programming, getting outside of like these traditional venues, and with elevating what the brand is, it's all about music. So when we get the opportunity to do a collaboration project, I'm like, all right, I need all these different voices that represent all these different neighborhoods and that have this mindset and have, an individual kind of stance on what they represent. And I'm like, I need all this in the room just so it can be magical and, nothing that's like a template or something that's like formulated. Let me just let people get in here and make some cool music together. And then we can, celebrate it and push it out through all the events that we do. And, it's going to expand everybody's profile. So I was like, let me just put this out and try to make something I can repeat with all these different artists that I have connections with and relationships with and continue to grow it.
Yeah, the power of the collective is real.
Yeah.
I also think that, I think yesterday we had kind of like Compton Day around here because we were celebrating Kendra's birthday. And we had Captain Tyrone Davis in here. He's from legend from the city of Compton. Today appears to be Inglewood Day around here. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, so, welcome. But also we're really looking at a movement, because you call yourself a music technologist. Ill Camille, you're a music technologist. You're all about, your Serato and you're all using all your different platforms and programs and this and that to do things we probably couldn't do 10 years ago, definitely couldn't do 20 years ago. But at the same time, there's this other side, which is the party in your living room, the party in La Russell's backyard, the party on the street corner is back, because I feel like that is the human piece that will not allow the AI to take over or the corporate to take over the streaming model to choke us out of our livelihood. So talk to me about that balance.
Yeah, man.
Talk to us, bro.
The barriers of like distribution have always kind of like been in my mind, like, with getting music out. And with the IRL stance on what part of my living room is, we discovered that by accident. I did a project with Red Bull called the Designer EP. It was like a funk project, and I worked with like the homegirls Cam in China. I had this producer named Chords that, was putting everything together at Spaced Out Studios. And we had Aaron Harris and, Rocky. And during that project, we just uncover some cool stuff, right? And we're able to work with this brand. But marketing that project, we didn't have budget to go crazy with it. So I had to figure out a grassroots approach. And at the same time, while I was making this project, I was learning, how Red Bull works internally. I was like a contract worker over there and a producer. So I was helping out with the Red Bull Sound Select events and, helping to curate lineups and all those good things. So I'm learning how they market their brand with this lifestyle kind of approach. And I'm like, all right, I was throwing parties in college, but now I'm seeing this on like a bigger level. So let me take some pages out of their book and figure out how I can expand and market this project without a budget. So this grassroots approach turned into part of my living room, which was just a house party on 2nd Ave. And I put out a flyer on Instagram, had everybody RSVP to this party, had like 2,000 RSVPs, and we had like 700 people show up to this 1,500 square foot house in this big backyard. And I was able to perform my project in the living room, with all the homies there.
And you probably had more people than a lot of folks have in clubs.
Yeah, for sure.
They're empty clubs that they be trying to. But because I'm feeling I'm sure you can expand on this, Camille, like that. And I know Paris thinks I'm obsessed with AI, but it's not that. We definitely are at a crossroads culturally and societally where technology is forcing certain changes again. And, I've seen this happen at least 3 or 4 times in my life, where actual human face-to-face interaction, and this is not just AI, it also comes from the COVID era and the whole Zoom virtual everything, that face-to-face and actual real human-made things are like top shelf liquor now. Or if they're not, they will be within 6 months to a year.
For sure.
Well, an actual human hand painted this. It's not an AI image. How does that expand, or where's the creative expansion of that for artists like yourself that are doing both?
Ooh, that's a great question, Thurz. Can we lightly touch on Suno?
Yeah, we can.
So, Happy
Lightly
was a
touch.
song from a compilation that was done from Thurz's partnership with Suno. Suno was very controversial at the time, still is.
Still.
But the way that Thurz was able to navigate the pushback that Suno was receiving, rightfully so, for some of the AI or not best practices that were happening with the artists. You know what I'm saying? IP jack and all that kind of stuff, right?
And stealing intellectual property.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? There was some of that going on. The way that Thurz was able to bring us with him, excuse me, into the conversation where we were able to ask direct questions to people that worked at these companies about why, and then create a project where we still retain rights and ownership within that. That means, to me, it's possible. We just have to at least be brought in a room to have the conversations and understand the framework so we can revamp and redesign the framework of it. So as an artist that participated in that project, I was like, how did Thurz pull it off? How did they know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, those opportunities don't come a lot, which means that's just a testament to the fact, like, he's able to navigate both sides of that conversation, the creative side and the back end side that's going to protect the artist once it becomes public facing material,
It's almost like being a creative cyborg.
and an advocate. Like, you're
Yeah.
still an artist advocating for
Right.
us.
You know
what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Thurz, I don't know all the ins and outs. I was always curious, but
Well,
you made it work for us.
We'll go a little deeper on that when
For
we come
sure.
forward. Ill Camille is here. Thurz is here. You're welcome in. 800-920-1580. I don't have to be the only one asking questions. You know how we do. KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's celebrate.
Y'all did it.
Loving each other, needing each other.
Hey, Los Angeles. KBLA Talk 1580 is turning 5, and we're celebrating in a big way.
Oh my God.
Join us Friday, June 19th, Juneteenth, 4 to 7 p.m. at the Beehive for our 5th anniversary bash and Juneteenth celebration. We're talking surprise celebrity guests, a special presentation, and a major announcement you will not want to miss.
I can't wait to hear it.
Plus, live music, dancing, games, and enough food and drink to keep the party going.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Of course, you're welcome to bring your own picnic basket, blanket, and lawn chair. And the best part, it's completely free. But here's the thing. You've got to sign up in advance. Space is limited, so don't wait. Head to KBLA1580.com right now and lock in your spot. Friday, June 19th, The Beehive, KBLA Talk 1580. 5 years strong, and we're just getting started.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
Yeah, man. Number 14. That's where Talkers Magazine ranked Tavis Smiley on their heavy 100 list of the 100 most important talk radio hosts in America. Join Tavis weekdays, 9 a.m. to noon or 9 p.m. to midnight. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
This Father's Day, skip the tie and find something at Target he'll really love. Is he into a fresh look? Don't miss 40% off Goodfellow polos and shorts so he can give that one shirt a break. Maybe he's in chill mode. Buy 2, get 1 free on music and books. Perfect for a night in, his way. Or go with a men's fragrance from $29.99. The kind he didn't know he needed and won't stop wearing. Make Dad's Day. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
1, 2.
My granddaddy Spider used to sit up in the living room, lights off, playing Sarah Vaughan records, drinking scotch. He was born on the East, wore members only jackets, Ray-Bans, ascots, hella clean. Hard working, used to drive school buses for the district, made a living for his family, 10 kids. Never retired, so the hustle, I got it honest, passed down through generations of field niggas, cotton pickers. Even when his asthma kicked in and had him wheezing, he quoted Book of David verbatim. See, I knew God saved him. Felt special when he said I was his favorite. In my eyes, he was the greatest dude to walk the earth. Even when he lost his temper, he'll never curse. Playboy Jazz Fest in 86, George Benson and them on that pamphlet. And I found on his dresser when he passed away. Ain't got it now, but his soul and his spirit, see, Spider handed it down. Handed it down, handed it down. See, Spider handed it down. See, I was raised by the village. Was my granny Henry, took me in, always gave me tough love, but I never hit the pillow with an empty stomach. Still went to school in them penny harder ways. You couldn't tell we lived below poverty line. She did all she could to make sure that my hair was pressed and I dressed proper. That check on the first granny spent it. All she wanted me to do was prosper. Like I was Maxine Waters secretly. I was wishing I was richer cause my favorite male figures had that powder in their system. That's the norm for us 80s kids. Didn't want my uncles to see another L like Mercedes Benz. I put some drink out, reflecting on the yesteryears. And Mr. Spider Hankerson, he spoke to me in a dream and he's been gone for a while. His soul and his spirit, see, Spider handed it down. Handed it down, yeah, he handed it down. His soul and his spirit, see, Spider handed it down.
Your turn, Ill Camille. Outro. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy
by the way.
Happy Juneteenth. That was a Spider's Jam, produced by DJ Battlecat, my homeboy Rick Hughes, featuring Georgia Ann Muldrow, Javante, Patrick Page. Dang, yeah. Spider's Jam.
Now I feel like I'm at a show. Well, it is a show. All right, pull up a chair. So Ill Camille is here. Thurz is here.
Yes.
Tech Lamert is unofficially here.
Yes.
And we're talking about a lot of different things, but really being an artist today, you both consider yourself music technologists. I just polled Miles, our resident rap artist.
Yep.
He also said he considers himself a music technologist. Album just dropped, North Star. Pick it up. We talk about this all the time, though. How do you create a business model that works when the record companies are taking and the streaming companies are taking everything through this new model that they have, and it's not so new anymore, of streaming. And we always talk about how artists a lot are dependent on live shows, merch, but you both have gone beyond that to other kinds of ways through the technology, the music, the so-called brand, of being able to thrive and not have to struggle. Want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, the struggle's still there.
Well, this is America.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying a little bit earlier, right? I've always focused on those barriers of distribution, and with using technology to, advance what the artistry is supposed to feel like and who it's supposed to reach, we kind of are diving into gaming now, right? Because we're looking at how monetizing through streams is not really a reality. We're looking at, sales kind of not really being, a reality based on infrastructure. So with gaming, creating this world that started from the living room and now it's kind of evolving into Pimla world, right? Where we're looking at different types of games. I have a first-person shooter game with water guns. That's based in LA. And I have an avatar of myself that you could customize. So now we're building out these games where I'm gonna have all my friends have their avatars and their different storylines and narratives, and having their music involved in the game where you can unlock it through in-game transactions, and those unlocks have different attributes that you can assess, right?
So you're unlocking music.
Yes.
As you play. It's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not just levels to the game or whatever tokens of some kind that folks get. It's actual music.
Yeah, you're unlocking music. The music has attributes attached to it. So if you have my song called Trust Issues with Snoop, right, we have it called Trust Issues. Like the attribute that's attached to that song is called Trust Issues and makes you run faster from the enemies in the game.
So it's not just a song. It's an ability, a capability, a superpower within the game.
Yeah.
A skin.
Yeah.
Or whatever it might be.
Yeah. So we're building that out and just trying to figure out all the ways that we can monetize it and give the artists their rights, or help their IP kind of have real value that's coming back to them.
So if your song is in a game or your voice or your countenance, that is a possible profit center.
Correct.
Okay. And you have a game that is being demoed this weekend, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean actually? And how does that work?
Right. So we have a partner, Technomert, they our homies, man. They gave us this lob to work with 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves is the esports community, and they partnered with us to do a few different activations at their space. The first playtest we did was on February 26th, and we just sent out invites and had our community pull up to do the first playtest of our prototype.
So what's a playtest?
We have a prototype of the game,
Mm-hmm.
and just want to get feedback so that we can take this feedback and make new iterations of
So
the
people
game.
try it out, and then you actually take their feedback and make adjustments to the game?
Yes, yeah. So now we're doing round 2. They have
Debug it.
Yep, exactly, right? QA, right? So now we have part 2 of that. They have a block party this Saturday at their same compound, and they're going to have most of their community come out. And now we're integrating into their program.
That's Culver City.
Yeah.
I'm always going by there when I'm trying to go hike. Yeah. So it's a block party, but it'll be testing your game.
Yeah, we just have a little room within their footprint
I
that's
got
dedicated to us.
What's your game?
It's called Pimler World.
Pimler World.
Yeah.
And so is this something you design? Is something your music is in? All of that?
Yes. Yeah, I worked on it with my boy Jamal and my boy Craig Tinsley. So I went to LMU with my boy Jamal. We were roommates. And we just kind of connected. We stayed in contact throughout the years, but we figured out, some ideas that we wanted to collaborate on. And told him what I was doing part of my living room, how I want to expand it to make artist IP the focus of what we really do and help to monetize that for all the homies. And we built out this idea of what a game could be and how we can continue to expand it, evolve it, and just kind of make it, this thing that lives on, with all these new iterations as we onboard the homies into the game.
All right, we want to hear more about that. Oh, we got some folks that want to talk to you. We got news, traffic, and sports, and we'll keep it going with Thurz and Ill Camille. And you know where you're at.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Alexandria Icamoni with BIN News Now. The U.S. has released a text of the Memorandum of Understanding with Iran and says it's now in effect. President Trump said he signed, easing financial restrictions against Iran and expectations moving forward regarding discussions of the country's nuclear program. Apple is increasing prices because of the increasing costs of memory and storage chips. And Americans can expect some closures tomorrow because of Juneteenth. The day of celebrating the end of slavery in the U.S. became a federal holiday in 2021. No banks will be open, and there will be no mail delivery for the U.S. Postal Service. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Attention Ram owners. Complete Recall 67A. Get $500 and a chance to win a getaway to Miami for 2 to see the final race of the season. Plus, meet Brendan Butterbean Queen. Learn more and schedule at CumminsRecall.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
New York Knicks owner James Dolan said his team has been invited to the White House by Trump to celebrate the Knicks NBA championship. Dolan and Trump have been friends for more than 30 years. No date has been confirmed for the Knicks' White House appearance. The more important question is, will Knicks players go with Dolan to the White House? There has been a lot of animosity between NBA players and Trump during his 2 terms as president. The last 5 NBA teams that won the championship while Trump was in office declined his invitation to come to the White House. The Golden State Warriors said no in 2017 and 2018. The Toronto Raptors said no in 2019. The Lakers declined in 2020. The Oklahoma City Thunder said no after winning last year's title. It will be interesting interesting to see how Knicks players react if Dolan, who signs their paychecks, insists that they come with him to the White House. Stay tuned. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like nuclear reactor safety expert.
I disabled the backup cooling system. It was making such an annoying noise. You heard it, right? It was like,
We're on the countdown to core failure.
And you're saying we don't want that?
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Let's do this.
Every vote matters. Every voice counts. And between now and November, the decisions made in Washington, Sacramento, and here at home in Los Angeles will shape the future of your family and your community. Don't leave it to chance, and don't leave it to guesswork. KBLA Talk 1580 is your source for the political conversations that matter most. Real talk, real insight, right here. KBLA Talk 1580, the place for politics.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. In my prior commentary about Destination Crenshaw, or Procrastination Crenshaw as we call it around here, I opine that sometimes neglect becomes a decision. I want to challenge my own neglect becomes a decision thesis in just a moment. This $100 million revitalization project was supposed to transform 1.3 miles of Crenshaw Boulevard into a world-class celebration of black art and culture. It was first promised to open in 2023, then 2024, and here we are, still waiting, still suffering. The businesses along this corridor, black-owned businesses, are suffocating. Construction chaos everywhere, shuttered storefronts, a community being bled dry by broken promises. So, I stand by my earlier formulation that neglect becomes a decision. But as I have thought more about the gross negligence, the incompetence on steroids, it occurs to me that sometimes neglect isn't just a decision. Neglect is the default position of some black electeds. Not all, but some. They just don't believe that black folk deserve the very best. They don't believe that we deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. So, we go from being constituents on the campaign trail to collateral once they're sworn into office. And when, for example, one is termed out of office and can't run again, but is still clutching the gavel of power, one thinks that he can stay comfortably above the fray while we anguish for years on end. The apparent attitude is, I'll just leave this mess for the next person to clean up. That's what it feels like, Mr. President, Mr. LA City Council President. But it's not just him, it's the local media too, black and white, corporate and independent. Look at how little has been said about this never-ending nightmare in Crenshaw, year after year after year. Nobody at City Hall and nobody who's supposed to be holding City Hall accountable seems to care one bit about the safety and security of Crenshaw residents and the black business owners who are slowly being strangled. Don't be fooled. This isn't just a construction delay. This is what disrespect looks like with a budget attached. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la
Went from 4 cylinders to 4 C's. Stuck on summertime, that's 4 freak. No sheepskin, a swerve keeper. For the wifey, few birds reach. For a crumb, somebody feed him. Got the keys and isn't right shotty, he need like one reason. I'm like, chill, young bro, we need to keep your freedom. Selling drugs when there's no teachers. When ATM is paying $1,200 a month income to sink your teeth in. My rocks, I'm low head to toe. A bucket hat, some Merlot. Or maybe Chucks for the coast. Cortez and Prada cologne. Eve St. Laurent, threaded with some accessories. Bricks and woods, beanie, nappy hair, looking luxury. Not a Huxtable, but mommy, come and get a hug for me, though. That Uber investment before these slewer will blow. I know the mommies wanna ride. I'm from the west side. By way of Belize, that first class smell of me.
Everything feel like summer. Ain't no other season or another that make me feel how LA feel. Let the daylight in those shutters. Let the sun shine in. Venice Beach, Manhattan, Malibu. Let the sun shine in. So hot, hold it hot.
KBLA Talk 1580. All right. You want to talk about that one a little bit?
Yeah, it's my song Saltwater, produced by my homeboy 14KT. And we just dropped this new project called The Immaculate. And man, he's one of the greatest producers I've been able to work with. So that song sits on 2 projects though. It also sits on Yannick, Koffi, and Time, which is like my first kind of release in a long time. So The Immaculate is the follow-up, and it introduced this whole body of work produced by 14KT. But that's Saltwater, and it features Wally Ali on Talkbox. I got Zaya Bell doing some vocals. I got Jametta Rose and Voices of Creations on there. So, you know, it's a new LA anthem right there.
So where's the best place for folks to find your music?
Best place for people to find my music. You know, we're on the DSPs. Just kind of search Thurz, Thurz, and most of my catalog will pull up across Spotify and Apple Music.
Thurz. So you're fine with people getting on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, or you rather they buy it from like you directly, or what's the best way?
I'd rather they buy it from me directly. I've been working with this company called Hitmaker. So we released the Immaculate through Hitmaker, and you're able to pay what you want. You know, it's almost operates.
So they have a website like hitmaker.com or something like that?
Yeah, hitmkr.com.
Okay, how come y'all like to get rid of vowels?
I know.
Is that a millennial thing, Miles? Y'all don't like vowels? Hitmaker.com. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then the game.
Yes.
Pimler
World. Party in My Living Room World.
World. Where do we find that?
So, you got to join the Discord for that, right? So you go to partymylivingroom.com, and then, you know, we got our links for all of our socials. So just join the Discord. It's not public facing yet for the game.
Gotcha.
So we're just doing like
so just look for it.
Yeah.
And then if you're really into gaming, you're probably already on Discord, so you don't have to go far. And where would you like us to go to find your work, Ill Camille?
I would like y'all to go to the DSPs. I haven't done the big direct to consumer push yet, but go to DSPs. You can find my music. Visit Tech Lamer's website. You can find the audio effect. That's one of the projects. Shout out to my homegirl Paris, but that's one of the projects that, you know, we've been cultivating over the last couple years. So if you want to see the fruits of that labor, you can check that out on Tech Lamer's website, Serato, Undefeated, and and just in the community. With Pimler, I'm part of Party in My Living Room too. So
all right, it's all good. We're having a party. Speaking of parties, not in the living room, we're having it at the Beehive tomorrow because it's Juneteenth, which will be the 5th anniversary of this radio station. We've made it 5 years.
Amazing.
It is amazing. Black owned, the only black owned black talk radio west of the Mississippi River.
Wow.
And we are celebrating our 5th year anniversary tomorrow from 4 to 7 at the Beehive. It's free. We're going to have music. We're going to have dancing, DJ. The mayor is coming. Comedian Lunell is coming, the bad girl of comedy. Kenny Lattimore will be there. Some other surprises. And it's free. All you have to do is register. You got to go to KBLA1580.com and register. It is free. All of us will be there. I'll be there. All the KBLA folks you love and the ones you love to hate. It's a good idea to ride share or get someone to drop you off because the parking over there at the Beehive is pretty sucky. But However you get there, would love to see you there. KBLA1580.com. You guys are invited, of course. Let's go to Craig from LA on the phone. Good morning, Craig. Craig, you with me?
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
What is on your mind, Craig?
Well, actually, Thurz dropped my name earlier. I'm the head of gaming for the Pimler World Project. So, I really just love, what it is that we're doing with the game. I'm really excited about where it's going because it's going to eventually be this, really big platform for artists to be able to get on there. And as Thurz was saying, kind of, find another route to monetize, and their relationship with, their supporters, their listeners, and things of that nature. So,
so you're that Craig.
Yep.
I am that Craig. Yes, I'm not Craig from Friday, like everybody likes to think.
You're Craig from Thurz.
Yeah, that part exactly. Thursday, not Friday.
Not
right?
Friday.
That's
yeah.
funny.
That's dope. Congratulations. Thank you. What I really like in Love is, just the initiative of let's find a way to use the environment that we're in right now to our advantage, rather than just throwing up our hands and crying or being discouraged or bitter, whatever. I was talking to Ill Camille and Thurz about this idea of being best kept secrets. I think I've been one for about 3.5, 4 decades, right? Yeah. But it's all good because I don't cry. I'm not bitter. I'm happy. I get to do what I want to do every day. Stick and move, bob and weave, find the wormhole. And it sounds like that's what you guys are doing. And I love that for you.
Thank you.
I love that for us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what are we missing?
Shout out to Ill Camille.
What are we missing, Craig? Craig? What are we missing?
What are we missing?
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I say we, maybe I'm talking generationally. I assume you guys are millennials. Miles is a millennial. 40. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what are the Gen X's missing about this whole conversation? Because a lot of them, and even the boomers, are wringing their hands, hip-hop generation, going, and I don't mean you guys aren't hip-hop generation, but I'm talking the first wave,
Yeah. Sure.
I'm talking the me and the Too Shorts and the Tupacs and the Chuck D's. What are we missing? Because a lot of us are the ones going gripe, AI, internet, blah, blah, blah. And maybe missing some creative opportunities.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that we have to innovate, because hip hop as a culture and as a passion and as a pursuit has always been about technology, and taking that and using it to flip what we already have. Because as Black people, what we do is we create this magic out of our innovation, out of the things that we already know how to do, or things that we are trying to solve with the technology we have available to us. So we're at a really critical time right now where, we're at a kind of nexus point where AI and technology is more accessible than it's ever been, for us to be able to use the technology to do the things that we want to do as individuals and as a community. So it's important for us to, lean into the innovation piece, because that is where we shine the most. And, this is the nexus point. This is that crux where it's like, if we get in and be early adopters, it's not even really early adopters at this point. It's kind of just like, the train is moving. So
right now, adopters, yeah. Yeah, the reason I chuckled when you said that, Craig, is because when we were off the mic, I started this conversation saying low tech is still tech, right? And I think a lot of Gen Xers don't realize that turntable was tech. When you picked it up, that microphone was tech, is tech, still tech when you picked it up. And I was, writing some stuff off the air too, and I'm saying to myself, like, because taking some hits, catching some strays from hip-hop purists, to me, hip-hop has always been about taking something and flipping it and redoing it and doing it another way, and changing the game, and then changing the changed game to change the game another way. Whether it was a beat or a linoleum or a turntable or a computer. And so I think, to me, the whole term hip-hop purist is a contradiction in terms. How can it be pure if the whole concept was to be hybrid?
Ooh.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's a bar.
I mean, you guys are the music technologists, so I'm fishing for your thoughts here.
I would almost say being a hip hop purist is embracing technology. I think you have to be pure.
Embracing impurity.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to embrace, what's going to push this art to the next level, to these consumers. So if we are not able to reach the consumer, it's almost in a museum with no viewers.
I mean, what is a pure sample? It's a question. Anyway, I'm glad you called in, Craig. What did you want to? What was the main? You picked up the phone for a main reason other than the fact that Thurz called upon you. He threw his hat in the air like the riverboat guy, and you rushed in.
Yes.
And you rushed in to save him. What did you call to say?
I'm here to support, and I'm here to support, and I'm here to just, make sure that, everybody knows that we have that event, the block party with 100 Thieves on Saturday, and they could pull up and check out the game, Pimler World. We have some computers in the room that we can, demo the game on. You guys can have some fun with that. Give us the feedback, and then all the feedback is going to be used in some capacity or another so that we can improve it and make it the best game that it could be for the fans, for the listeners, and for the artists especially. So I'm just here to be supportive, but at the same time, I really love what everybody's talking about here in this conversation, because this is an important conversation for us to have for sure.
That's cool that people can come to the block party, the 100 Thieves block party, Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday. During the day. Do we know the hours?
It's 3 to 11 p.m.
3 to 11. Okay, so it's a late day party. All right. Well, I'm glad you called it. Oh, question before I forget. What do you guys think of the game that is now resurrecting Tupac, I think, as a playable character, and Snoop is on it? I don't know. It was semi-controversial. I guess the estate ended up signing off on it. Can't remember the name of the game right off the top of my head. Have you guys heard about that?
I
don't care about it?
I'm not.
What do we think about it?
Is that Fortnite?
No, they said it was a Yakuza game. I'll find it and I'll ask you when we come forward. I figured Craig would have something to say about it, but I was just confused because I just don't know if I love Tupac as a playable character in a game. But I guess if the estate is cool with it, I should be cool with it. If Snoop is cool, if Death Row is okay with it, I should be okay with it. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, ultimately, I feel
Shout
like the
out to
artist.
Snoop getting in the games with Death Row Games.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah.
to Snoop getting in the games.
Stranger Than Heaven is the name of the game.
Oh,
it's
wow.
called
I gotta look
Stranger
that up.
Than Heaven. Yeah.
Definitely got to check that out.
Yeah, you got to check it out for sure.
By the Japan-based Ryu Ga Gotoku studio owned by Sega.
What's it called? Bigger Than Heaven? What is it called?
Stranger Than Heaven. Thug Heaven. No, it's called Stranger Than Heaven. All right, we'll continue this conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Are you ready to play? Jump into sports, games, and excitement for all ages at the LA 84 Foundation Free Play Day Block Party with music, art, local food, dancing, and giveaways. It's Saturday, June 27th at 2141 West Adams from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Register at la84.org. We'll see you at Play Day.
If you're an African American mom who is pregnant or have a baby under 6 months old, you deserve care that lifts, listens, and lasts. Black Infant Health is for you. It's a free program with individual support, group sessions, and resources to start your mothering journey. BIH makes space for moms and their families to create community. Learn more about the programs in Los Angeles County. Check us out at blackinfanthealth.org.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Philo's got that rhythm you've been looking for. A steady tempo of the biggest shows, an endless flow of hit movies, and the TV moments that match your vibe. From your favorite throwbacks to the hottest movies, the best of black entertainment all comes together here. With all the top channels like MTV, VH1, TLC, BET, OWN, TV One, WeTV, and so much more, their lineup hits just right. Plus, over 80,000 movies and shows are available to stream anytime, anywhere. And with the unlimited DVR, you can record your favorites, rewatch them for a whole year, and skip the ads. Because the good stuff is always worth a replay. Best of all, plans start at just $25 a month. So turn up the volume on your streaming experience and come find your rhythm right here on Philo. Sign up at philo.tv today to start your 7-day free trial. That's PHILO.TV. Philo.tv.
Hello, family. I'm Dr. Paul Wallace inviting you to our annual Set Yourself Free Juneteenth open house at Wallace Skin and Body. Join me this Saturday, June 20th from noon to 4 p.m. Say goodbye to double chins and sagging skin. Say hello to instantaneous skin tightening without surgery by Zerf. Speaking of tightening, it's not too late to work on that body and feel the real you with Body Shaping by M-Sculpt Neo. It's time to reclaim and regrow those lost edges or increase your hair density naturally with U-Secretome stem cell technology. It's 34 times more potent than PRP. We'll demo lasers for black skin, raffle AI skin mapping every hour, and offer 50% off all products. Call 323-296-3376. That's 323-296-3376 to reserve your spot. I look forward to seeing you, and remember, looks count.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Okay, time flies when you're on the radio. Unbelievable. Ill Camille is here. Thurz is here. Craig was on the phone, but he had to go. And I'm thinking about gaming because I was thinking about how Snoop supposedly, well, I didn't see it, but I read that Snoop had AI Tupac on stage with him at his last show. And he was having a conversation with him on stage. And Thurz, you're doing your thing Saturday, 100 Thieves. People are invited. Tech Lamert, Ill Camille, you're working with them. You guys are music technologists. But really, I'm thinking about gaming. Gaming, in a way, courted hip-hop before hip-hop came to gaming. I'm thinking about my colleague Julio G, who is in Grand Theft Auto, as it playing the role of a DJ. It's almost like the gaming world recognized the power of hip-hop in some ways more than other industries. Do you agree with that?
Totally. Gaming has leveraged the influence of hip-hop for sure. They've embraced it. So with Primitive World, we're just trying to merge it.
Successfully embraced, which is how you end up with Snoop being almost to the level of a cartoon character, where, even though he's the guy on the Chronic, he still gets to be the MC for the Olympics.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Immortalized through technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we only got a couple minutes left here. Time flies on the radio. Ill Camille, what do you want to say? What do you make sure you don't leave here today without saying?
I want to say that I hope more artists in the area, outside of the area, in the world, experiment with things outside of music, only to make the music more impactful.
Multiple streams of income.
Multiple streams
of
but
creativity.
Also just to keep your mind sharp. Yeah. Just to keep community building. For real, like, keep the conversation going. Thank you to my grandfather and my grandmother. They put technology in my lap. You know what I mean? But organizations like Tech, people like Thurz are showing us in, real time how to keep it going and still stay true to the music. But it has to evolve. And, yeah, that's what I want to say. Is just like, don't be afraid to expand. I'm still an MC. I'm still hip hop to my core.
So where can we see you then?
You can see me. You can see me at the block party. You can see me at KBLA.
Okay.
You can see me on Saturday.
Don't play, because we do have a mic and a DJ.
I'm going with Euro. We already talked. Shout out to Euro Garrett, but I'll be there.
Okay.
But yeah, I just want to say, don't be afraid.
Yeah. All right, it's going down at the block party. Thurz, what did you come here to say that you don't want to leave without mentioning?
Yeah, I was just having this conversation with Millie on the commercial break, and hip hop is forever through technology. I want to say that.
Hip hop is forever through technology. Yeah. Okay. And it's a fitting message because I feel like ever since I started tracking hip hop, people have been predicting its demise, and that's been a long time. And it just keeps getting stronger.
We just started.
Yeah, we're just getting started. Yeah. Where can we see you perform?
Next performance, I will be at the Palladium for Hiro Day, LA.
Okay.
I got the Party in My Living Room All-Stars pulling up with me, so you're going to see Millie there as well. Also will be performing at the Long Beach Amphitheater on September 12th with my group You and I, with the homie Miguel, Big Sean, Cool Kids, Pac Div, Dom Kennedy, and you might see me at a Party in My Living Room house party in July. So, just follow the Instagram, and I'm going to put a flyer up, and you might have to pull up.
What is the Instagram?
Party in My Living Room.
Make it simple. What's your IG?
Ill Camille.
Okay, I don't think I have that. I followed Tech Lemert, but no.
No, we followed each other.
Oh, we follow each other. See, I don't be paying attention.
No, we follow each other.
Okay, well, thank you guys both for coming in. It's an excellent conversation for all the work you're doing and all the creativity.
And my artist page, at King Thurz on Instagram. Follow me.
King Thurz.
THURZ.
You know that. Thank you so much for being here. Much appreciated. Follow Miles Low Music. Album out now.
Miles Low Music. Yeah, mileslowmusic.com. All that. Tap in.
Get
the art from the artist, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, we got to go because what? It's time to pass the mic to Tavis Smiley. Speaking of original griots, he's got a jam-packed show for you on a Thursday. Don't forget to go to our website, sign up for the party tomorrow for our 5th birthday on Juneteenth. And you can find me at DiPrima Radio, DiPrima, and then radio on all platforms. Like my father, the late, great Amiri Baraka, used to say, Poet Laureate of New Jersey, a person is either free or they are not free. There can be no apprenticeship for freedom. Until tomorrow, KBLA delegation, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Alexandria Ikamoni with BIN News Now. The U.S. has released a text of the Memorandum of Understanding with Iran and says it's now in effect. President Trump said he signed, easing financial restrictions against Iran and expectations moving forward regarding discussions of the country's nuclear program.
You signed the deal? You signed the MOU? It's signed, yeah. You signed? You signed it? Why did you sign it?
Apple is